Namaste and welcome to today's episode of Interview. Guest for today's evening is an amazing personality who is from the field of wildlife photography, astrophotography, and a PhD holder in chemistry. He is none other than Sandip Modi. Hello and welcome, Mr. Modi, to this session of interview. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for a brief introduction. Uh, Although I am not a great personality for this kind of brief introduction is really great for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So, first of all, we would like to know about yourself a little bit.
Okay. I am Dr. Sandip Modi and I did PhD from South Gujarat University, Surat in year of 2008. Then I worked with chemistry lab and I worked for some pharmaceutical companies in Gujarat. From 2011, I joined Petronet LNG and still I am working with Petronet LNG as a senior manager QC, quality control. And from 2016, I have a great interest in nature because then after I have a time to go and observe nature. Then I realize this is the amazing thing, and I enjoy a lot by doing this nature observing activity. Then I bought a camera and do some photography. First, start with landscape photography, then bird photography. After that, astrophotography, and now whatever I have a spare time, I truly spend with nature only. This is all about me.
Um, it is really great to hear all those about you. So, how was your journey into chemistry? What drove you to chemistry and further you did PhD in this subject?
This is very interesting. Actually, I did BSc in chemistry in year 1999, and I took decision that I will not study more. I will do job. So I started job in some agrochemical companies. Then I worked hard and I realized that what is the importance of study, because if I have some bachelor degree, then I will not get a good position, no pay scale. So I realized that uh, that is very important to achieve some master degree um, or postgraduate degree, any other postgraduate. So then I start my MSc after 1 year drop and realize what is the importance of study. Then I did MSc in 2002. Then did MPhil in chemistry, and after completion of MPhil, I did PhD in chemistry.
Okay. Could you remember some of the questions that were asked to you when you took admission to PhD as well as after you completed PhD? So, what type of questions have you encountered in the journey so far?
Yeah, actually, when I completed my MSc, I started a new job in a pharmaceutical company. Then I applied for MPhil, and there is a out of 150 or 160 candidates, only 10 candidates has been selected, and I was the first in that ranking. In this way, I got admission in MPhil. After publishing papers in chemistry in MPhil, then I joined PhD. I um, really thankful, grateful to my professor, Mr. N.B. Patel, who allow me to do PhD and give great guidance. So that is what I am here now. That is all because of his guidance.
It's really appreciative of you, Dad. So, what would be your piece of advice to the young aspirants who are willing to grow their career in the field of chemistry and till PhD? So, what would be your tips?
Yeah, actually, whatever you do, first you have to love your subject. If you do not love your subject, then you may not possible to achieve uh, a, a great education, or you will be uh, not reading all the syllabus, or you have to go on depth, and you love your subject. Otherwise, you may not achieve what you would be. So, if you want to really do chemistry, you have to go thoroughly basic of chemistry, and refer some foreign authors' books. In that way, your chemistry would be great.
We were discussing about your present role in your occupation. So, could you give some
Yeah, yeah.
insights to your work?
Actually, I am the HOD of QC, so I am responsible for whatever the liquefied natural gas is coming, or we are importing from different countries. So basically, QC is doing quality and quantity measurements for that LNG.
So, you are. It is seen that you are interested in photography. So, is it
Yeah.
difficult to handle the tools of photography in compared to the tools in a chemistry lab?
Hmm. Uh, Actually, both are different things. Uh, Actually, when I started my career, so I would like to research activity. For example, some new invention in drugs, uh, how to measure the impurities in that drugs. So I enjoy a lot doing this research activity. But when I attach with nature, uh, I enjoy a lot. I forgot uh, all the stresses, whatever it has, and I have my own world during nature photography. So I enjoy a lot.
Yeah. So, do you think that astrophotography could change the environmental conditions for the better?
Yeah, actually, astrophotography. When I realized uh, 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 sorry, when I participate in astrophotography during one or two uh, uh, events. So at that time, I realized what is light pollution. Actually, day by day in routine life, a light is very important. But in the same way, when we are looking for planets or Milky Way or stars, In in this activity, the light pollution plays a big role. So we have to go 200, 300 kilometers away from city area. Then we could find Milky Way or some rare constellations, which we never seen from our city life. So in this way, and second, pollution of vehicles also play a major role. So uh, sometimes I heard that nowadays people say that birds and stars are not observable from our home because of the pollution, and you are never try to see them.
Yeah. So it is seen that on Sundays you go out for birding. So is it
Yeah,
that you have a number of birding places in your mind as in the bucket list, or is it you randomly go out for birding?
actually, when I started, uh, randomly I visited anywhere nearby my cities. But now, after a 5 years experience, I knew that in which season which bird can be possible to see. So I targeted those places. So where I found easily that kind of bird. For example, nowadays a rainy season, some quails and bitterns are finding at some places nearby village. So I routinely go there and try to photograph that bittern or quail.
So what difficulties do you face in the wildlife tour field?
Yeah, actually, wildlife most actually I have done PhD, so some kind of patience in my activities or my work. So these patients really help me in bird photography or nature photography because many times you visited and birds near to you, but you cannot capture. Uh, for that, you have a patience. You if you move slowly, then you can photograph birds. You have to stay there and let bird come to you, not you have to go to approach bird. In this way you can do really a good photograph of birds. So main important things for bird photography is patience.
Could you recall some memories of birding in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh?
Yeah, actually, Gujarat, we found many water birds because we are near to sea area. So many water birds are visiting Gujarat. For example, Nal Sarovar is uh, world good forest like Surpaneswar, Vansda. Different kind of birds you can find if you go there and just outside of your hotel you find many birds which are new for Gujarat. So in this way Himachal Pradesh mainly Himalayan birds you can find, and very pretty and colorful birds you can find there, very small but very colorful. So both are quite different, but both are most exciting me.
So let's talk about some of your pics that you have captured so far. So you have visited the Sasangir, which is very famous in Gujarat.
Yeah.
So, and you have
Hmm.
clicked the photo of Deva. It's the name of the lion there. So what was the story behind
Yeah.
that pic?
Uh, Deva. Yeah, actually, Deva is the most famous lion in Sasangir. Uh, Actually, he has a nice hair. In Asiatic lion, you may not find hair like in South African lion. So there is a two places in Sasangir. One is the main Sasangir forest, and one is Develia Park. So I visited Develia Park for sighting this Deva and its family. At that time, Deva has two children, and one lion is also there. So now Deva is quite old. So it is very difficult to capture because it is behind the trees or like that. But I got opportunity to find the Deva in near my gypsy, and I took picture of that lions.
So that pic was really incredible one. And now tell us the story behind that Altamira flycatcher, which you have captured during your Himalaya story.
Yeah. Actually, I stay in hotel, and when when I have in a family tour, I used to wake up early in 5 o'clock and visited nearby places. So I took my camera and go nearby places. There is a good forest type location. So I went there and find out a small bird perching on tree. So I took picture. At that time, I did not found that name of that bird, but after some research, find that it is Ultraman flycatcher, and this is most beautiful
Yeah,
birds and very small but quite interesting.
yeah, indeed. So once you have captured the three tricolor munias in one frame, could you remember that pic?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, when uh, I, I am fascinated by Munya, all type Munya, that is red Munya and tricolored Munya. I work hard to find and capture photograph because red Munya photograph is quite easy to find, but tricolored Munya is very difficult
Yeah.
because it is not allowing you to take picture. So when I go nearby my Bharuch area, I saw um, munyas and just I just captured that munya and it flown away. So I'm very fortunate to got that picture.
So how was your experience visiting Sulpaneshwar Wildlife Sanctuary?
Best places I may recall that forest area. Surpaneswar is the best nearby my city, and it is also rich kind of biodiversity is there. And during month, best time to visit Surpaneswar in month May because there is a, open places is there because there is no uh, leaves at that time because there was no rain from last 6 months, 7 months. So you can easily find birds. All species of owl you can find there, and visiting birds also you can find there. I captured picked first time in Sulpaneswar. There is a best places to visit there for pittas, and many birds you can find it. Always when you go Sulpaneswar, always you got some new birds. Last I visited there, never found uh, velvet nuthatch. I first time found that velvet nuthatch at that. So great forest. Even if there is a raptors, raptors is there. All kind of raptors is there, and snakes are also all kind of snakes are there. Crate, Russell viper. So great forest.
Well, Mr. Modi, we are to the end of this session. And I must say that you are truly an inspiring and amazing personality. It was great interacting with you. Thank you so much for entertaining us today and all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you for giving your time and express my my work in your channel. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure, Mr. Modi. Well, audience, this was Mr. Modi from the field of wildlife photography, astrophotography, laboratory personnel. So hope you like today's interview. I will be back soon with another eminent personality very soon. Till then, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.